I'm going to sound like snot today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So bad. Anyway, as always, Razorcast is here. Brought to you by Razor Metal Reviews.
We're musical again.
We'll try and keep with the jingles.
Snotty and musical. Wonderful.
I've got a band in the pipeline. Hopefully they can write us an intro.
You've got a band in the pipeline.
Yes. Bang.
Oh dear, that must be uncomfortable.
As always, we'll start off with where we do, fresh cuts.
Yeah.
Then we go to what we listen to.
Yeah.
And today's Horns Up is an absolute stonker.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about Machine Heads, The Blackening.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if you haven't listened to that, then why the
If you haven't listened to it, go and drown yourself in a sink.
Oh, you need to. Oh, honestly. Anyway, let's go with fresh cuts.
Yeah, let's do this.
Do you want to start, sir?
I can do, yeah. Okay, so big news. I mean, on my notes, I've literally written one word: architects.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, fucking
yes.
Get in there. So, for those of you who don't know, Architects have just released a new single.
Yep.
Called Hereafter, and they have got an album coming out later on this year called Holy Hell.
Brilliant.
So, which is
wait.
kind of a bit out of the blue. We didn't know that there was.
Well, I didn't know there was anything recorded.
I didn't know, other than obviously they did Doomsday at the start of the year as just seemed like almost like oh look, we are able to write without without Tom. But yeah.
I am so excited for this.
Oh mate, have you listened to Hereafter?
I haven't listened to the single, but
it's
everyone I've spoken to has said
great.
It's everyone's been bang on it.
It's brilliant. Yeah, it's it's very Architects. It's fucking blisteringly heavy.
Yeah,
but it's
is it still got the techie sort of stuff? As well?
Yeah. Still, it's techie and it's Architects. It sounds huge. It's fucking massive. They have changed the sound slightly.
Yeah.
It's a bit less. I don't want to do them a disservice and make it sound like it's a simple song, because it's not in any way, shape or form.
No, but it's one of those more catchier sort of songs.
They've almost toned down the techiness a little bit, and given it a bit more of a Black Album feel.
Yeah.
Anyone who's thinking this is Enter Sandman, it is not. It's very Architects. There's still the electronic elements in it. There's still that very techie
still girthy
riffing. But the drumming on it is insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as fast and frantic as some of the Architect stuff, but
but it's more intricate.
It's really offbeat and off kilter and unusual, and it's fucking brilliant. I can't sing their praises enough, to be honest.
Mate.
The thing that's excited me most about it is they've obviously with Holy Hell coming out later this year, they've announced the tour.
Yeah.
Have you seen where they're playing?
Go on.
Fucking Wembley Arena.
No.
Yes.
Architects at Wembley?
Architects. A band as heavy as Architects.
Wow.
And as obtuse and techie.
And they're heading that.
And they are headlining Wembley Arena.
Fuck me.
And they're doing it with their main support as Beartooth.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's insane.
It's fucking mad, isn't it? Like, to think, like, the thing is, I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were talking about this, and there's other bands that headline Wembley Arena.
Yeah.
That, like the Lamb of God Slayer type thing. They'll headline, but they'll co-headline, or they'll. How the fuck? Like, it's so amazing that Architects have got to that point where.
Well, usually with a band like Architects, you wouldn't expect Wembley Arena. You'd think Ali Pali being the big one for them.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then Wembley to get that.
Ali Pali felt like a crowning moment when they played that and that gig was. I've waffled on about it enough, but it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it felt like that was a crowning moment. That was a peak, you know.
Yeah.
And then to do this is just phenomenal for a band, but they fucking deserve it. They have been
big time.
Consistently one of the best British bands.
I can't remember an album they've ever dropped on. You know, they've not.
No, they're just fucking brilliant, and particularly over the last 3 or 4 albums, they've just been fantastic, and to go through what they've had to go through, and bounce back, and not just bounce back, but to absolutely smash all expectations. That the people, I don't know whether they ever expected it. Probably not, because they're humble as fuck. Like they're just regular, decent guys.
They always have been very down to earth sort of guys.
But yeah, fucking Wembley Arena for a band like Architects that are as obtuse and difficult and challenging as Architects is just fucking phenomenal.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait.
Oh, mate, I can't wait for that. On my news agenda, Spotify. They want your DNA.
Oh, they'll get my DNA. I'll send it to them in a test tube.
Well,
they won't want it then.
They will not want that then. Basically, Spotify and Ancestry.com.
Yeah, I did briefly see that.
Yeah, they want to team up and take people's DNA and find out what music would go with your heritage.
Okay.
So
that sounds daft.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then, I suppose, I mean, my dad is a Brum, so it makes sense that I listen to rock and metal music because...
Well, that's their home and birthplace.
Exactly, yeah. Basically, all of the good bits of it came out of Birmingham to start with, so...
if they're as in-depth as I think they might be, then they'll probably end up throwing Tom Jones at me.
I was going to say, if they go back too far, like my granddad's Irish, so you know my feelings on like folk metal and things like that. I am not a fan of a fiddle. Fiddles can fuck off.
Dropkick Murphys.
Oh, I don't mind Dropkick Murphys, but they're punky, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but fiddles can fuck off as far as I'm concerned.
No place for a fiddle.
No.
Especially in public.
I've got no time for a fiddle. No time at all. Busy man.
Next to you, sir.
Okie doke. So, metalheads are better people than everyone else.
Well, we know this.
And that is scientific fact now.
Well, it's not just scientific fact. I was at the Royal Albert Hall to see Ghost a couple of weeks ago. And bless her, there was this little old lady there who works for the Royal Albert Hall. And she came up to me and my friend Abby, and she starts going on. She goes, "You guys are really nice." And we were like, "Yes." You know,
thanks.
Yes, thanks. And she was like, "Well, we've just had 6 weeks of the prom, you know, the BBC proms." And she said that everybody that came was so obnoxious, so rude, just really horrible people.
Yeah.
But she turned around and she was like, "You guys have come in. You know, you all look quite intimidating."
Yeah.
But, you know, she was like, "You guys have all been very nice. You've held the doors open for us.
Yeah.
You've always been very polite."
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, that's the metal community.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, that just solidifies the point that... so a PhD, an anthropology student from the University of London... has conducted a study over the last few years about our scene, about the metal culture and stuff. And no surprise to anyone listening to this podcast or me or you, but she's found that out of all the gigs she's been to and all the bands she's spoken to and all the research she's done, that as a community, as a scene, despite the fact that I think people assume that we just wander around grunting and smashing bricks over our head.
And worshipping Satan.
And worshipping Santa. You know, that she's found that actually as a group of people, metalheads are incredibly inclusive. You know, she said at gigs you'll find people of all different, like, genders, sexual persuasions, political ideologies, all mixing together.
It's like a brotherhood, really.
Yeah, it got me thinking, because she said about like the mosh pit rules and stuff like that they kind of get passed down from generation to generation, so that you don't get a generation of metalheads that are
just
dickhead Oasis fans.
Essentially it.
Not that I dislike. I do like Oasis, so I was a dickhead Oasis fan for a while. I just never went full Kevin and Perry and but yeah, I just thought it was interesting. Kind of, we all know it anyway.
Yeah,
it's tribal, isn't it?
Very much so. It's
Basically.
very tribal. The fact that, you know, even when in mosh pits, if somebody falls, everyone stops and picks up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that's how it should be. Nobody's here to get hurt. If you do get hurt, nobody means anything by it.
Yeah.
In a mosh pit, unless you actually see somebody fall or go for something.
Yeah, and the times where you do get somebody who is a dick, they quite quickly get pointed out as you're a dick, mate.
Yeah.
And people turn on them, turn against them and turn their back. A bit like Naboo from The Mighty Boosh. We just turn up. I'm going to turn my back on you now. A bit like that Pillock at the Machine Head tour, gig that we went to Southampton that dumped somebody on their bonds. But So just in case any of you out there don't listen to rock and metal, start, because you'll become a better person.
You will.
Maybe even as good as me.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But I'll tell you who isn't nice people. Okay. Ticketmaster again.
Oh, sons of bitches. What's up with them now?
Well, they're denying that they've been ripping off people now.
Of course they
with their scalping scheme.
Right.
So basically what they've been doing is they have different touts open up and they have like 100 accounts.
Yeah.
And they will buy various amount of tickets and resell these tickets for like a higher price.
Yeah, on Get Me In and the other sites that they own.
Essentially
or did own.
But apparently Ticketmaster have been in correspondence with these people to sell the tickets to.
Yeah.
So what they've been doing is, say for example, you buy a ticket for a gig. Well, these companies buy a ticket for a gig, and they sell one ticket for, I think they've got it written down here, $209. Well, if they sell it for $209, then the company who are selling these tickets will get $25 of that money. Mm-hmm. So therefore, it's a no-brainer. People are going to buy sold-out tickets. I'm a fool. I've done it. I've spent £200 on a Metallica ticket. But their Ticketmaster are denied that they had any correspondence with giving these companies tickets for them to make a profit.
So they've said, oh no, we didn't know about it.
Well, essentially it.
We were just selling tickets because we're a great company and we care about people.
Yeah.
We care about the fans and we want them to get a good deal. Bullshit.
Yeah, essentially it. And as it goes on, like the more money they sell the ticket for, the more money these companies get as a commission.
Yeah.
So, but they're denying it. But CBS have done some research into it, and they're pretty solid with the fact that they think Ticketmaster
are totally in on it. Yeah. As we all have known for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ticketmaster are arseholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are dicks.
Absolutely, yeah. That's why you should go to more local gigs as well. Go to more local gigs, support like the little local venues and stuff that don't use...
Well, I've done that for the last couple of nights.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That way you're not going to get ripped off because you can go and buy them at the door, or you can...
Exactly.
We got the Joiners in Southampton, which is one of my favourites.
Yeah, same.
You just walk into the Joiners and go, I'd like a ticket, please.
Yeah.
And you can have a pint while you're there. So that's
exactly.
Nice. It's a good excuse to have a quick pint. I just need to pick up a gig ticket because it's very important that I do it right now. Of course I have to have a pint. It's rude otherwise.
Exactly it. And catch whoever's there as well.
Yeah, catch them.
Yeah, catch them. People catch.
Yeah, watch out when you go to the Joiners. There are people flinging themselves from the ceiling.
I have seen that before.
Yeah, actually I have. To be fair. We've also seen Sammy from Employed to Serve try and Spider-Man across the ceiling when he was playing his guitar at the Anvil.
Yeah, that's true. Good. That was fun. Anything else from you, sir?
No, I haven't got any more news.
I've only got one. Metallica, the Black Album.
Metallica.
Yeah. So their album, the Black Album, has now reached 500 weeks in the top 200 of the Billboard charts in America.
Fuck it, that is madness.
There's only 4 bands that have done that.
Let me guess them.
Go on then.
Yeah, have you got it up?
I've got it.
The Beatles.
No.
Bastards. Led Zeppelin.
No.
Mother's bitch. AC/DC.
No.
Michael Jackson.
No.
Fucking dog's dick.
So the other 3 bands that have done this have been Bob Marley.
Okay.
With the best of Bob Marley and the Wailers. Journey with their Greatest Hits album.
Holy shit balls.
Yeah. And one band has surpassed all of these with 937 weeks in the top 200 Billboard chart. That's Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, Metallica have just reached the 500 mark now.
That's bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they're still... last week, it hit 137 out of 200 albums.
It's crazy that it still sells that many copies.
It's non-consecutive weeks, but it's the fact that it does keep cropping up.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you can go on to like the Billboard chart 6 days out of 7 and just click rock charts or metal charts or whatever, and the Black Album is always there.
Always.
You know what the fuck? It's the same fucking 10 albums. Just all like, Appetite for Destruction is always
there. Yeah.
Like,
but it hasn't reached 500 yet.
No. Just buy some new albums, guys. Like, yeah, they're good albums, but how many copies do you need?
Yeah, exactly.
Just have one.
I've got 12 at home. Right then, shall we go over to what we've been listening to this week?
Let's do this.
Right, well, just a quick one. I've mentioned it earlier. I went to see Ghost.
Yeah, tell me about
it.
this.
At the Royal Albert Hall.
I didn't know you'd gone to see this.
Did you not?
I don't think I did. I have had my head firmly at my bottom, though.
Oh, well, there you go then. So this was 2 weeks ago. And fuck me, do they put on a fucking performance.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were brilliant. So the only thing I will say I'll start off with is, let's get the cons out of the way. So I was sat quite high up in one of the boxes with my friend, watching down on it. Brilliant, I could hear everything. And just above me you had everybody up in the gods. And they were saying that they couldn't hear the vocal performance.
Right.
So they said they can hear the guitars, no issue, but the vocals just weren't coming across so strong, very muffled.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there.
That's a bit of a shame, because like the Royal Albert, I mean, that must just be a tech issue.
It must be. I mean, it's just the way they do the acoustics in there. They've got these giant sort of domes that hang from the ceiling, which is meant to spread the acoustics.
Yeah.
But it
might well be a case that... Okay, see, Ghost are a big band.
Yeah, huge.
They are a band that are going to be bigger. They're going to be huge, but their sound techs and stuff probably aren't used to playing in
arenas like that.
Not in a place like the Royal Albert Hall. The Royal Albert Hall is one of the fucking best places to see live music.
Yeah, I went there to see Devin Townsend a few years ago. Amazing. So
I've only been there once, and I went to see... Oh shit! What was that band called with the bald guy and the whiny bastard? Oh, the Fray.
Oh, the Fray.
Yeah, I went to see the Fray there, and I was full of flu, but I had a lovely time.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
But no, so that was the only con of it. But they did 2 sets essentially. So they did an hour's long set. Then they took 20 minutes off, and then they came back and did the next hour. But every song just sounded so big.
I heard that they played a lot of Meliora.
They did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I think it's their best album. I still think it's their best album.
Yeah, it is.
I think Prequel is fucking good.
I mean, they didn't play much off their first album, but you know, everything else was just massive. Every time I sing Ghost, I feel like I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're there, and you're there to see. Like you're there to worship Satan.
Yeah, but at a fun fair, because it's also bouncy and fun. And,
it is exactly
and uplifting, isn't it?
Yeah, but their backdrop was like a giant sort of the stained glass windows, cathedral sort of style thing, which is brilliant.
Yeah,
and I just can't see them stopping.
I heard somebody compare it, the backdrop and the gig, it's like the performance element, if you like, to an Iron Maiden show.
To a degree, yeah.
Because they said it was very much
it's not as energetic as like Bruce would be running backwards and forwards like a fucking kid on ADHD.
Yeah.
But he is just... he just has so much presence.
Cardinal Copia.
Cardinal Copia, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't say Tobias Forge.
Yeah.
But no, the Cardinal just... There was times where he kept going on off stage, but that was mainly just for like costume changes.
Yeah.
He started off the gig in his black sort of tux thing, and then he'd go off, and then he'd come back in the white one.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant. In the second half of the show, he was in his red sort of
cardinal
outfit, which was incredible.
Did they play Square Hammer?
They did.
Fucking love
And
that
it's
song.
brilliant.
Do you know
so
what?
Good.
Since Prequel came out, I have listened to Square Hammer about 3 times a day, every day.
Yeah.
And it's not even on the album, but
No,
it just
it's not.
reminded me. It just went. I just sort of listened to Prequel and I was like, wish there was a Square Hammer on this. Oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, wait.
I can listen to Square Hammer.
So they ended their. So when they played the second set, they ended with Dance Maccabee.
Yeah.
And it was like lights going, like flash coloured
That is a
lights,
wicked
and
tune.
they had the sparks and that dropped down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then they went off stage, and of course everyone was starting to leave, but obviously there's still an encore.
Yeah.
So he comes back on stage. And he's like, "Well, I'm not going to leave it there. I'm not going to leave it as a cheesy closing like that." And he goes, "I'm now going to sing a song for you about the female orgasm and how to achieve the female orgasm."
Yeah.
And then they ended on Monstrous Clock.
Yeah.
So brilliant, so good, well worth going to see. It's the only date they did over here in the UK this year.
Yeah.
Apart from, I think they played Download. Did they play Download? If not,
no, they did not.
If that was the
play
case,
Download.
that was the only date they've played in the UK this year. I'm highly tempted on going out to Sweden to go and see them in their hometown.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The tickets are so cheap.
I'd really love to see them. I must admit, I really do need to go and see.
Yeah,
Ghost.
and I'd imagine next year they'll do a bit more of an extensive tour.
Yeah.
But if they're touring next year, so go and see them. So worth it.
Yeah.
Even with Papa Neil coming out and doing a saxophone solo.
I heard about this. Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, for miasma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just so much fun.
Yeah.
Well worth it. Like, there's a reason they're starting to get huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great that they played the Royal Albert Hall. I'd love to see them in massive venues.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say is, if they do massive venues, if they do Wembley, I know you said like the backdrop was really cool and everything else, but if they do Wembley or something like that, I want Rammstein levels of
Oh yeah.
of fuckery.
Yeah.
Like Rammstein levels of just shit and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with like.
There was a ton of dry ice there, but that was about it.
Yeah, yeah. Cause, this is the thing with like the reason Rammstein are probably one of, if not the best live band in the world.
Yeah, well, that's just their stage show, isn't it?
Is their stage show? Every single song has got a different story set. It's like watching a mini movie for every single
it's
song.
like going to the theatre.
It is. It's fucking brilliant, and that's what I want from Ghost. I want Ghost to not just be a gig. I want it to be a gig,
a whole
and a theatre experience, and a horror movie, and a demonic seance, and everything. I want. That's what I want from Ghost, and I want that because that's more than in their capabilities.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I think once they've got over this legal dispute that's going on at the moment, which I don't know which way it's going to go at the moment, but they're expecting the verdict mid-October, I think.
Yeah. I saw today that the guy, their old guitarist, who I think they're having the beef with, has just released his first single from his new band or his solo project. Yeah. I couldn't give two shits.
No, I couldn't. Not really.
No.
But hey ho. Anyway, what have you been listening to?
Okay, so a few bits and pieces that are worth talking about. So I reviewed a band for the pod a little while back.
Yeah.
And a band called Nishima.
Yes, Nishima. Yes.
Yeah. So I reviewed their EP Purple.
Yes, that's right.
It was on one of the early ones, and I was pretty positive about it, but there was a few bits and pieces about it that it didn't really grab me. I thought, this is good, it's solid. So for those of you who didn't catch that review, they are best way to describe them is probably a modern metal band.
Yeah, very.
They have elements of new metal.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to compare them to a band that are around that are bigger that people might know, probably Asking Alexandria.
Yeah, it's probably the best one to describe.
Probably the best one. It's that kind of
that niche sort of market.
Yeah, that kind of metalcore, new metal with electronica and stuff like that in it.
yeah, so I did quite like Purple. I thought it was good, and that there was something there, but I wasn't sure that they'd nailed it. I thought that they kind of lent on their influences a bit much.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say that their new EP, Orange, is a really big step up.
So they're keeping with the colours then?
Yeah, so Orange.
Orange, how's that one?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. It's
much better.
Big step up.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I think it's a big step
up.
up.
That's positive.
It sounds much more accomplished.
Yeah.
They sound much more comfortable doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they sound like them now.
Oh, that's all right. And so they've actually got a personality now.
They definitely sound like them. They obviously, you can hear their influences. That that you can tell that yes, they all listened to Linkin Park when they were kids. You can tell that they probably all listened to Asking Alexandria.
Yeah.
Probably Bring Me the Horizon. But none of it sounds like, oh, we're just going to copy that. It does sound like their own music.
Yes.
And it's really good.
Brilliant.
I thought that the last EP they did, I thought that Purple had, like, the electronica stuff was a bit tacked on.
Yeah.
It seemed like they were doing a kind of, we're a metal band, but, we've got some, let's tack this on as well and see what happens. Whereas this time, the electronica is the driving force of the music.
Yeah.
The best comparison I can give you is that, a bit like Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay, yeah.
They dabbled with electronics with their music, and then on Sempiternal, the electronics were the
bigger part of it.
Yeah. And then everything else built on top of that, and that's the foundation, and that's what they've done with this.
Oh, brilliant!
And it's really fucking good. Yeah, really good. I really like the electronic sounds on it and stuff. There's a song, my favourite song on it is called Prologues.
Okay, yeah.
It's got like a really cool, like almost tech metal architectsy riff. Massive chorus. They're really genuinely good at writing big kind of almost poppy, hooky choruses.
Which is what you want with a band like this, because otherwise it would just be drowned out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. And the electronics on that track also sound a little bit like early day Enter Shikari.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of ravey.
Yeah, ravey.
Kind of.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I don't know whether or not they've changed the guitar sound on this, but despite the fact that the electronics are a bigger driving force, the guitars sound way chunkier and way more muscular. I don't know if it's just production or if they've actually sort of actively gone, let's change tuning or they've got different kit or whatever, but they just sound like when they do that chunky riffing, it sounds fucking beefy. It's really good. Again, I can't really remember whether or not they had an MC first time round. I remember there being, I don't know if it's just that the guy that does their vocals and stuff like has grown in confidence, because the first EP sounded like a guy doing his best to kind of, not doing his best because he was good, but doing the kind of sweeter singing stuff, some of the growly stuff, and then a little bit of MC and a bit like Mike Shinoda type.
Yeah, Mike Shinoda, yeah.
I don't think Mike Shinoda is a rapper. Mike Shinoda just can rhyme a bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? No offence, mate. A bit like Fred Durst almost.
Yeah, I was going to say, he doesn't rap, just rhymes his stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas this sounds like they've got an MC.
Okay.
He sounds like, it doesn't sound like a metal guy trying to rap. It sounds like a rapper.
I'm trying to think of the guy. So like
the 100.
The 100, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I every time he kicks in, I really like hearing people MC in a British accent as well. Like I just think it sounds fucking like harder and a bit for some reason I had Pendulum in my head. Ben, their MC.
Yeah.
He's always very good at doing that. He just gets the crowd hyped and MCing.
Hacktivist.
Hacktivist, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a better comparison.
One. Yeah.
But the vocals on this are really good.
Yeah.
Like really good. He the sweeter singing sounds like melodic without sounding wet.
he keeps a little bit of the gruffness, whereas on the first EP there's a couple of times where he went a little bit too saccharine.
Yeah.
And when he fucking screams on this, it is full-blooded, like full-throated, like rah, it's really good. This is a huge step up.
Oh,
I
nice.
really recommend. I don't know if you listened to Nishima the first time.
I listened to the Purple EP.
If you dug that, this is way better. This is way better. Yeah, it's really good. I've listened to it like 3 or 4 times this morning, like on repeat. So, yeah, it's really good.
Awesome. I'll get on that one.
Yeah, that's Nishima. So it's Neshima, and the EP's called Orange.
Nice. Well, I'm just going to give a quick shout out for the last couple of nights. I've been to some local gigs.
Yeah, cool.
Seeing our friends, Our Propaganda.
Smooth.
Always good as ever. They were at a EP release party for another local band called Reawakening.
Cool.
Who are a fantastic band. Meg, their lead singer, she has a fucking great set of pipes.
Yeah.
Not boobs. Pipes.
You've dug yourself into a hole.
I did, and I'm trying to find the way out.
Keep digging
through the gift shop. But no, they were incredible, absolutely brilliant. Just released their EP, like I said, on Friday.
Yeah.
They've got a couple of songs on Spotify, but if you get to see them, if you get to hear them.
You played me a little bit, like I didn't go with you, but you did play me a little bit.
Very
this morning.
Yeah, very metally.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
The riffing, like the guitarists are fucking good,
brilliant,
really good.
Yeah. And then last night I went to go and see Canavar.
Yeah,
our friends Canavar, who I believe in possibly the next couple of weeks we could have an interview with.
Sweet. Yeah, decent.
So they're always free. But yeah, they've got their EP, not their EP, sorry, their album.
Yeah.
Being released this Friday. This Friday's coming. Yes.
Oh, fucking sweet. Yeah,
I've already pre-ordered it.
I loved that single we had on the pod.
Brilliant.
Fucking great.
Single, so they've got that. I've already pre-ordered mine on iTunes, but they did have the CDs for sale last night.
Oh, did they?
Yes, as a sort of a pre-release.
Pre-release. I should have. Had I known, I'd have got you to pick me up a copy. But...
Yes, I should have done last night. But they were first on, but still fucking laid waste.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So good. And then second, now these are one of my favourite local bands.
Mm-hmm.
Desolator.
Right.
Now they are very heavily 80s thrash orientated.
Yeah.
So much fun, so much energy.
Yeah.
And they do almost like Motorhead styled songs.
Okay.
Felix, a singer, he has just got such a Lemmy-esque voice.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And when they done Overkill at the end,
nice.
It was brilliant.
Nice, yeah, that's the way
so
to end the gig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it like you say, it's obviously thrashy? Is it? Are they like a very?
Imagine taking.
Are they like a very serious thrash band? So they're like, no, this is, or is it like a more tongue-in-cheek, like Municipal Waste? Kind of
that sort of thing.
Thrash?
Yeah, party thrash.
Cool.
That's what they are. They always do like drinking songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice.
They didn't do it this time round, but I've seen them before. They do a cover of a song by a band called Tankard, called Empty Tankard.
Nice.
It's fucking bouncy. It's good fun. But they are just such a great band. They've got such they even look the part, like the battle jackets, tight
nice.
Jeans on, with the white Adidas trainers.
Yeah, nice,
brilliant, so good. And then they were all supporting Meatenstein, who I believe are from London.
Mm-hmm.
Very Airborne-esque,
cool,
AC/DC influenced.
But you can't really go wrong with
no,
that.
you can, and it was good fun.
That.
They were a good band, so much fun, worth seeing.
Cool. Where was that?
That was at the Firehouse.
Firehouse, yeah, cool.
Southampton, yes. Only a little pub, but brilliant place.
It's good. It is a great little pub, to be fair.
Like, it's brilliant. I love it there.
They do like. If you're in and around Southampton, or if you visit, like it is a really good place to go. Particularly if you like rock and metal music.
Yeah, Fridays and Saturday nights always a band playing.
It's run by rock and metalheads.
Yeah,
like there's even they even do a metal
pub quiz.
No, they do. I know they do the metal pub quiz, but they also do I think it's on a Saturday morning. You can go along and do an exercise class.
Yeah, metal exercise class.
Like
It's brilliant. Yes, because I messaged you that ages ago, didn't I? I was like,
Thrash
just do this.
Fit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Thrash Fit. Yeah.
So you can go and do star jumps and push-ups to Metallica. Sweet.
Oh, it's brilliant. But all that aside, album. Betzefer. So Betzefer, Betzzefer.
Yeah.
They are one fucking groovy band.
Yeah.
So they've been around for like the last sort of 15 years, haven't they? You were telling me. And they just released this new album on Friday, just been. And fuck me, is it brilliant?
They sort of came around in that last kind of, I think they sort of cropped up in that kind of last wave of new metal.
They did, yes.
Before it sort of died on its ass.
Yeah. But these guys are
they're not traditionally a new metal band.
They're not a new metal band. No, far from it. They are very heavily influenced by bands like Pantera.
Yeah, Pantera's the big one. Yeah.
But
that is no.
This new album is even more groovier. It's like mashing Pantera with Clutch.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's very bouncy.
Yeah.
Vocally is more Pantera-esque. But the groove lines and everything else, the riffs in it, is very much Clutch-esque sort of grooves.
Yeah, it's kind of southern fried bluesy metal.
Yeah,
because this is a metal album.
It's just basically Pantera, but just added extra layers of groove into it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this. I know you say Clutch a lot, and I get that that Clutch element. This is a metal album as opposed to a rock album.
Yeah, like, this is a so fucking
metal album.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that sort of like deep, ball shaking kind of.
So when I listened to the album first time round, I just thought it was a bog standard metal album. But I had to keep revisiting it, and it just throwing up something new into it every time.
Yeah.
And you go, it's much more deeper than just a bog standard metal album.
Yeah.
Because it's more intricate and it's just fatter.
Yeah. I've listened to the first track, and just I got distracted basically with other stuff. Not that the quality wasn't good enough, but I had, like I said to you, I listened to their debut album.
Yeah.
It's about 8 years ago or something like that. So it was still quite late on, but I really liked that. So I am interested to go back and listen to this.
No, I would really highly recommend it. It's a brilliant album.
What's the album called?
The album is called Entertain Your Force of Habit.
Entertain Your Force of Habit.
And it's got a brilliant album cover to it as well.
Yeah, the album cover is like properly metal, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very like sort of geisha-esque, mixed with a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like a horror movie geisha.
It is pretty much it.
Yeah.
But no, go check it out. Honestly, so worth it.
Yeah, cool. So that's Betzefer.
Betzefer with Entertain Your Force of Habit.
Sweet.
What else have you been listening to?
Cool beans. Right, well, I am going to quickly talk about a single, because I'm going to save my favourite album of the week for last.
Oh yeah, I forgot I had a single as well.
It might be the same one.
I doubt it.
Oh really? Oh okay. So I don't think this came out. I don't know if this came out this week or last week. It has been on Radio 1.
Okay.
Dan Picard played it. It's Bocassa.
Oh, Bocassa.
Yeah.
Oh, they got a new one out.
Yes. Yeah. Their new song is called "Only Gob Can Judge Me." The single cover is fucking great as well. It's like it's a priest. It's like a black and white picture of a priest with a scotch in his hand, like with a big grin on his face. Anyone that doesn't know Bocassa, we were both massively fucking positive about their debut album, Divide and Conquer. They are a really difficult band to pinpoint.
Yeah, they've got too many elements in there.
They're not a traditionally metal band. They're not traditionally a rock band, but yet they're both. I mean, essentially,
I This is the problem with Bowcastle. You can never pinpoint, because when you pinpoint it, then you sort of self-doubt yourself as that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to...
I like that. I really love that.
It. Yeah, I love it. I was trying to write notes. That basically, they don't sound like anyone else. They just sound like Bowcastle. But you can also hear elements of loads of people in them. There is Metallica in them, and Motorhead,
Big
and
time.
Clutch, and fucking AC/DC, and everything
you could imagine from the metal community.
Yeah,
it's just one giant sort of nostalgia trip in some ways.
It's just a big ball of loveliness.
It is.
It's lovely.
It is.
And this new track is easily as good as anything that's on Divide and Conquer.
Oh, brilliant!
It's fucking great.
Amazing.
It is, like, for people who like riffs.
Yeah.
There isn't anything that beats Bowcastle at the minute. I haven't found anyone who writes riffs as fucking effortlessly cool, and yet heavy and catchy as Bowcastle. It's fucking wonderful.
Amazing.
That Bowcastle are what I always wanted, like, because they've got those elements of rock and roll, and metal, and like whenever I listened to Cavell Attack, I always wanted that to be Cavell Attack. I always want Cavell Attack to turn into that. Yeah. And they never got it. They never got that.
They just went a completely U-turn elsewhere. And just fell off the face of this earth.
But this is what I wanted from them. This is metal. This is a rock and roll band playing metal, or a metal band playing rock and roll,
or both.
Or both. The riffing's fucking amazing and technical, but like it's technical, but it sounds kind of slacker and kind of like whiskey soaked and just pissed. Like they're just like it almost sounds like a jam session.
It's like a big stoner album.
Yeah, but it's really energetic. Like, this is the thing about Bowcastle. Again, it's like it could appeal to all sorts of people. There's so much to it. I love the fucking the vocals on it.
Yeah.
Every single time that they write a song, the hooks in it are so catchy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've got 4 of their tracks going around in my head now, like just thinking about, and that's not even the guitar line. That's just the vocal, like
vocal
delivery,
lines,
the way he pronounces words, the way that the cadence it sort of bounces off things. I can't wait for another fucking album. Basically, this is just sort of whet my appetite for more Bowcastle.
Dip your toes in.
Yeah,
ready to take the plunge.
I just want more. Yeah, basically, I just want more music from them.
Well, let's hope by the end of this year.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. So, if you haven't heard it, then go and check it out.
Brilliant.
It's Bowcastle. Only Gob can judge me.
The only single that I listened to it once. It's Within Temptation has got a new one out.
Okay.
It sounds like they've taken from the latest album, Hydra.
Yeah.
And they've really sort of turned it into very more metal-esque.
Okay.
So they've upped the guitars and stuff a little bit more.
Yeah.
Made it sound a bit more gruffer. Mm-hmm. But it's still Within Temptation. She's got a flawless voice.
Yeah. It's operatic metal, isn't it? So
to a degree, yeah. She hasn't got quite the operatic that people in the past like Taj and that have.
Yeah.
But she's definitely still up there. Beautiful voice. The new single's called The Reckoning.
Okay, cool. It sounds a bit more metal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think they hopefully on this new album that got coming out, they go away from people like Exhibit because they did, on the last album they did a song with Exhibit which wasn't bad.
Maybe just leave him to Pimp Your Ride.
Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
But no, worth it. So good. But I've only heard it the once. The only person that they have taken and put on this song is Jacoby Shaddix.
That's no bad thing. I like Jacoby.
I like anything he puts his hand to is pretty good usually.
Yeah. He's
a straight up geezer.
He is. He's a decent dude. He seems like he'd be a right crack as well.
Yeah. Have you got anything else?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. This is easily my album of the week.
Brilliant. Because I'm going to take a complete U-turn soon.
You don't know what my album of the week is.
Oh, here we go.
I fucking love this. It is fucking brilliant. It's the Dirty Nil's new album.
The Dirty Nil?
The Dirty Nil, yeah.
Oh, okay, the Dirty Nil.
Yeah.
Explain.
So this is their second album. This is called Master Volume.
Yeah.
Their first album, Higher Power, it came out, I think, 2016.
Okay.
And it was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
This is better.
Okay.
This is so fucking good. This is how rock albums should be made.
Yeah.
This is, like, take fucking note. If you're a metal, not a metal band, if you're a rock band out there and you want to make fucking catchy but challenging, fun fucking rock music, this is the fucking gold standard.
Nice.
It is fucking brilliant. So, as I say, they are a rock band.
Yeah.
They've got elements of your classic rock bands in there. There's some AC/DC in there. There's some Led Zeppelin in there. I mean, there's quite a bit of Led Zeppelin in some of the riffing.
It's not a Greta Van Fleet sort of thing, is it?
It's heavier than Greta Van Fleet. It's heavier and it's weight. There's all of those things. There's that bluesy Led Zeppelin style and an AC/DC, but there is a fucking big old wedge of Motorhead in there.
Oh wow!
Like, they are snarly and snotty and punky and bratty.
I like that.
Like early Green Day kind of.
Yeah.
Not in their sound.
Sort of brightness, but I would have said early thrash, because thrash was heavily influenced by things like Motorhead, and stuff like that. So
but this is a little bit more. Early thrash is a little bit more serious and a little bit more like. Yeah,
so this is a bit more slack.
This is a bit more slacker kind of. Yeah. That sort of snotty early pop punk kind of.
Right.
In the delivery and stuff.
Yeah.
Fuck, it is fucking phenomenal, honestly. I cannot even. The guitarist is phenomenal. Yeah. Like, they out Greta Van Fleet on a couple of these tracks. Like, with the riffing, that kind of bluesy Led Zeppelin riffing, they out riff Greta Van Fleet on this for me a couple of times. But it goes everywhere. Yeah. This album, it's not just bluesy rock. It's punky and it's all sorts of stuff all rolled into one.
Okay.
The singer has got he's got a fucking phenomenal voice. Like, he's very good at the kind of sweeter, lighter, kind of almost Weezer-esque kind of melodic kind of bits, and then we'll go from that into full-throated screaming. Oh wow! Not in a metal scream. No.
Rock, like the proper rock sort of gruffness.
Yeah, yeah. And he does it so brilliantly well. The lyrics are, as I said, they're very snotty.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're fucking hilarious. Sometimes they're quite heartfelt. But they're all, like, even the heartfelt stuff, it's never like nice. Do you know what I mean? This isn't nice, like, they don't sound like a nice bunch of lads. No, they don't sound like arseholes, but there's so much fucking, like, fuck you about it.
Yeah.
So
it's very punky in some ways.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Like, the first track on it is so good. It's called That's What Heaven Feels Like.
Okay.
It is the way to open a rock album. It's really big bluesy riffs. It's catchy as fuck. It might be one of my favourite songs this year.
Wow.
Yeah. But I don't exactly know what it's about. But it basically, it sounds, the lyrics are about being hit by a car. Okay. And just before he says, and that's what heaven feels like, and it sounds all lovely, it's him talking about going through the windshield. So, like, and that's all over this album. That's the tone of this album. It's like very kind of chirpy, kind of sarcastic takes on real dark themes. Yeah. There's a song called Auf Wiedersehen, which it's got like a Menzingers type chorus to it. It's very catchy and kind of upbeat and uplifting, but it's basically him saying, well, he says it openly. He says, I've got one thing that I'll whisper to you or something. Fuck you. It's just so
hence
brilliant.
The title, Alvida say.
Yeah, it's so fucking brilliant. And I mean, this will blow your fucking skirt up. So you get all the way through the album, you think, oh, this is fucking brilliant. This is just chock full of absolutely brilliantly written, brilliant sounding, hard, heavy rock bangers. They end with a cover
of
Hit the Lights by Metallica.
Oh no.
It's fucking great.
Is it?
It is fucking superb.
Is it snarly?
It is superb. They have managed to make Hit the Lights by Metallica sound like a Motorhead song.
Wow.
It is like...
Well, then again, Metallica wanted to be Metalhead, so it's basically taking it back and going, well, let's up the influence.
That's the thing, it's almost like they've almost taken what Metallica wanted to do and taken it just back a step bit more to its roots.
Yeah.
And you've got their version of Hit the Lights. It's so snotty and it's not thrashy, but it's fast, it's heavy, it's fucking brilliant.
Oh,
it's
amazing.
Absolutely brilliant. This album is superb.
Amazing.
Really good. Yeah, that's the Dirty Nil Master Volume.
Master Volume.
Yeah, I love
brilliant.
this.
I'll get on that one. That's my drive home sorted.
Yeah, too right.
I'm going to take a complete U-turn here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to what you're going to say about this.
I won't go on too much, but basically...
do.
So basically...
This is the point where Chris... I'm
going to go complete soft and,
Yeah, so those of you who can't see what Chris is doing, he's currently digging himself a lovely big hole. No, go on.
Right, 80s hit.
80s hit.
I Think We're Alone Now.
I Think We're Alone Now.
By Tiffany.
Yeah.
So Tiffany has come back and released an album.
So that being the song, if those of you who've lived under a rock, that is the song that the guy from
Ted is dancing to. Yeah.
Now, whenever I hear that song, I can't think. All I can think of is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle boogie into it.
Yes. Yeah. So she has now come back after that one big hit she had in the 80s. And she has rocked it up a little bit.
Fucking hell.
And she has done a wonderful job.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if you want, like, just a proper rock album, like, female fronted, like, don't think Hailstorm is such, because that's possibly too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a sort of country rock-esque sort of album. Yeah. But I fucking enjoyed it.
Well, you played me a tiddly little bit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound... now, this... I'm not having a pop at her. Well, yeah, fuck it, I am.
Go on.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't sound current. It doesn't sound...
No, it doesn't sound current.
What it reminded me of was something like Four Non-Blondes. That kind of 90s kind of female-fronted kind of garage rock band type thing.
Yeah, essentially it.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. But it is a stripped-back rock song. Rock album, sorry. It's not intricate in any ways. You don't take it for its guitarist sort of things or anything like that.
It's not a Muso's album. No. You're not going to be stroking your chin and going, oh, wonderful.
No.
Did you hear the cowbell?
Yes, essentially it. But for me, it was just the fact that for her to write a song back then, in the 80s to now, doing what she really wanted to do, because I can't remember if she came out in an interview or not, but this was a recommendation by my mum. Yeah. Lovely mum. So she saw this on Lorraine, which, for people that don't know, is a morning TV chat show.
Yeah, he talks about a growler.
He talks about a growler, yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's Bo Selector.
Yeah. Look at my growler. So she was on there. She basically, it was the fact that saying that she obviously wrote the song, I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's what the companies wanted her to sing.
Yeah.
Pop songs in the 80s.
Yeah.
This is what she's always wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Do something a bit more rocky, a bit more, it's not even edgy, but, for her, possibly is.
Yeah.
But it is just a wonderful sort of classic rock album. You know, it's nothing special to reign home about.
Yeah.
But I had quite an enjoyment listening to it.
Yeah, fair play.
So
fair play, Tiffany.
Give it a listen. Why not Tiffany?
Yeah, no, too right.
I'm trying to think of
What's
the
the
name.
album?
I was just about to say. I'm trying to think what the album's called now. The album is Pieces of Me.
Pieces of Me. There you go, guys. In future, if your mum does tell you something, gives you a piece of advice, remember, mums are always right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we've got one song who's been given to us by a band we've reviewed quite a while ago, I believe now.
Yeah, we. This was. It might even been before we had the podcast. I think it was just when we were doing reviews online.
Yes.
Yeah, and we reviewed I think it was an EP of theirs, or maybe a couple of singles.
It might have been a single, I think we released. But this is a band called Kill It.
Mm-hmm. That's KILLIT, isn't it?
Yes,
all
one word.
Yeah.
With their new song, I will tell you, Waiting for the Day.
That's it. Yeah, Wait for the Day.
Brilliant, lovely little thing.
Yeah, it is a good track. I must admit, I was impressed by this one. I really liked the other ones that I listened to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, give it a listen.
Enjoy it, yeah.
Down to your level now. A fool in the place I call home. Pushing me down, you know that I don't wanna see. Rage in this face, you don't wanna know. Seconds out, you've got my full attention. I got no vision and no memory highway. We're trying hard to justify this new invention. I think the reason has never been clear. Waiting for the day that you see things my way. For
don't know about you, but I quite want donuts now. Well, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it's good. I was just saying to you, there's definitely the singer's definitely got a kind of bit of a John Bon Jovi quality to his voice.
I think your analogy after that was even better.
John Bon Jovi meets Michael Starr from Steel Panther.
Yeah. It was a serious Steel Panther track.
Yeah, it's good. It's really
brilliant.
good.
I like it though. It's brilliant. But as always, we end up with horns up.
Yeah.
Now I am titillating.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's talk Machine Head, the Blackening.
The fucking Blackening, yeah.
This came out in 2007.
2007. Yeah.
And is quite possibly, in my eyes, one of the most key albums in the metal genre.
This is my favourite. This is my favourite album of all time.
Yes.
Hands down. There is only one thing I've ever listened to since that's come, to be honest, anywhere near it, and that was Architect's last album.
Yeah.
I love this album. I love it so much. I've got it tattooed on my arm.
You do indeed.
Yeah.
And what a beautiful tattoo it is.
I thought you were going to say arm then.
Well,
Thank you.
It's on your arm, so it makes it a beautiful arm. So yes, no, this album was, I think, the biggest thing that Machine Head have ever released.
It's 100%. It's always going to be. I mean, okay, so a bit of background, I suppose, on this album.
Yeah.
Machine Head, by 2007, had been around for a considerable amount of time.
Yes.
Their first album came out in Burn My Eyes came out in 1994.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And they had peaked and troughed in terms of popularity over those years. They started off as a kind of not a traditional metal band. They were a new, not NU, but a new at the time metal band.
Yes.
They were a lot fucking heavier than their older peers. There was a little bit of that kind of urban side to them, where
big time.
Rob Flynn was kind of a big like skater and kind of like listened to a lot of sort of skate punk and hip hop and stuff like that. But they also sounded fucking balls out heavy, like give Slayer a run for their money.
Oh, easy.
And then a few years later, they kind of went on to release, I think, a new metal album.
Yeah, I was going to say that was sort of the point of where you didn't think there was going to be any hope.
Yeah. This is the thing. They were the biggest thing in metal for a very for a couple of albums. That Burn My Eyes and then The More Things Change. They were really sort of tipped for greatness. And then new metal blew up.
That's right.
Machine Head kind of followed suit, and the Burning Red was really poorly received. People.
Yeah, it was.
And then the follow-up to that, I think, was Supercharger.
That's right, yeah.
People were,
in 2001.
Yeah, and it really kicked the arse out of them, basically. Their sort of popularity went through the floor. The size of their tours, the size of their album sales went through the floor. And they were kind of almost written off as, oh, well, see you later, Machine Head.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they released one more album after that, which was Through the Ashes of Empires.
Yeah, and Through the Ashes of Empires was kind of their first step back to being a quote unquote traditional metal band.
Yeah, pretty much. But
yeah, tracks like Imperium.
Yeah. So they were still hovering around essentially at the time. Mm-hmm. But then they went away for a few years. Mm-hmm. And 4 years later on, they come back with The Blackening, which is their 6th album. Yes, and it's
fucking. I'd be right. So people, I don't even. Through the Ashes of Empires was much better received than the albums previous to that, and it really put Machine Head back in people's ears, people's talking points. It was like, oh, hang on a minute, Machine Head still write fucking good music. But I don't think anyone was prepared. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for how fucking monumentally brilliant this album, The Blackening, it was.
It was, honestly, I think, when you look back at other metal albums at the time, there was nothing sort of which would in my eyes, would captivate you. Yeah, it was a big time for Slipknot and stuff like that.
2007, what was that? 2009 was All Hope Is Gone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
before that would have been...
Before that would have been... No, it would have been Volume 3.
Volume 3, yes.
Yeah.
So, therefore...
So Volume 3 was... But Volume 3 was a couple of years before this. I think it was 2005 or something,
possibly,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Because they had a bit of a break.
Yeah. But obviously they were one of the biggest bands around still at the time.
Yeah.
So for a metal, that was the benchmark.
Yeah. The thing is, 2007... 2007 was the kind of... What the status quo in 2007 was much more the metalcore stuff. It was much more the Triviums and the Triviums and Killswitch and although those
those
two
trying
bands
to give
are way
a homage back to the old days.
Yeah, it was much more
doing it well.
Yeah, the thing is, like, even this album at the time must have been such a bolt from the fucking blue because the Killswitch kind of sound had blown up and taken over.
Yes.
And there was, by 2007, there was a lot of people doing it badly.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of people really delving back to those traditional metal roots.
Not far from it.
And then this fucking dropped.
And honestly, kicked the arse end out of everything that was around.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same year that Death Punch released Where's the Fist?
That's right.
2007. Yeah. Which is a great album. I fucking love that album. But this, I mean, you're going to hear me say this over and over again. This is fucking superb.
It is. It just hands down is a flawless track-to-track album.
That's the thing, yeah. And
for everything, although they did do a couple of covers at the end, which
I thought were great. I
do like the covers, but taking those away,
yeah, that's on the special edition, isn't it?
Yeah,
like the one Hallowed Be Thy Name and Battery.
That's right. Yeah,
fucking cover of Battery is so good.
But the whole album starts off very slow, build up.
Yeah.
But then just kicks you square in the teeth.
Yeah, chased, clenching the fist of dissent.
That's
first
right.
song, mate. The fucking Stones on Rob Flynn and that to go. How do we open? What's the best way to open an album? I mean, people don't expect much from us, or people kind of got a bit of expectation around us. We used to be really massive and. Let's think. Oh, I know. Let's have a track that lasts for 10.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And the first 2 minutes of it is some distorted kind of guitars in the background.
Yeah.
Some kind of weird chanting and like some very, very slow kind of drum fills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's obviously the way you start a metal album. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know about you, but when you first pressed... Well, I remember the first time I pressed play on this. And I was sat there thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, because by the time I bought this album, it had already blown up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I was the first person in the world to listen to this. This had already blown up. It had been out about 12 months by the time I bought it.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it and I just sat there thinking, all right, well, where is it?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? Where is this music? When am I going to actually hear this?
To be fair, it takes sort of a route of like a black metal album would. Like the looks of the album cover and the start to that song, you expect something sort of more edgy and grimy.
Yeah.
Nothing sort of.
What you don't expect is one of the fucking biggest, like, thrashy, like, metal tracks you've ever heard. The thing is about this song, about not just this song but this whole album, I don't know about you, but every single song sounds like an absolute fucking anthem.
It is. No, everything on this, and then to end it with a more of a ballad, is ballsy.
Yeah. What, Farewell to Arms?
Yeah,
It's
honestly one of my favourite songs on that album.
Yeah.
And the thing is, with the likes of the singles, you had Halo, Aesthetics of Hate, which is just fucking blistering.
Yeah, Aesthetics of Hate might be the angriest song ever written.
Oh,
I think
quite easily.
I think it's
Yeah.
I mean, every time I listen to it, I would have punched someone in the face.
Yeah, and do you know what? I think fair fucks. Like, Rob Flynn gets his critics because he's very outspoken and he does not give a shit what people think, what he says. But fair fucks to him for writing the song in the first place, because I don't know if have you read Aesthetics of Hate?
I haven't actually read the
article.
lyrics.
No, the
article.
Yeah.
Is it, Aesthetics of Hate, R.I.P. Dimebag.
Yeah.
Daryl, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, I don't know if you know exactly what it's about, but basically, it was written. There was an article written for a fairly sizable newspaper.
Yeah.
And the guy who wrote it, it was about Dimebag Daryl from
That's
Pantera.
right. Yes, I've got it here. In relation to the article written by William Grime from the website.
Yeah.
Icon list. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
So, yeah, he basically wrote an article that said it's pretty good that Dimebag's dead because his music made people thuggish and stupid and idiotic.
Yeah.
And if you're going to write music that is violent and angry, then you kind of deserve it.
Yeah.
So Aesthetics of Hate is basically what every single fucking one of us wanted to say to that total fucking. I don't even want to. I don't even want to use the C-bomb because I don't even think he deserves it.
No, but he has come. Rob Flynn did come out and say that this song was a massive fuck you to grime, and a massive tribute to Dimebag.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, it won a Grammy for the best metal performance.
Did it?
Yeah.
I mean, everything on this album could have won a Grammy for best
easily.
metal performance. Aesthetics of Hate. I don't think there's a song other than like outside of some of the stuff on the new Architects album.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a song that emotionally hits me the way that does. Like,
no.
Every time I listen to it, I just go straight back to that same feeling I had when I first heard it, and first read about this article and read it, and that fucking absolute rage. You close-minded fuckwit.
Yeah.
Like, it just takes you straight back there, and it's just to boot. It's not just the fact that it's an emotional song. It's an absolute fucking rager.
It is.
It's so good.
Then I don't think there is a song that isn't on this album that isn't a rager.
No, I
everything
don't think so.
on this is just one thing after another and
there's so many layers to it, isn't there? Every time you listen to this, you hear something different. Beautiful morning. Yeah,
just
even that's the thing. Even the more, this is going to sound daft when you listen to this, but even the more simplistic songs on this, like Beautiful Morning and Slanderous and Wolves.
Yeah.
They're the slightly shorter tracks. They're slightly more.
Yeah, but they don't give up the go.
No, and they go all over the place.
Yeah.
My favourite, I think maybe one of my favourite things about this album is the dueling guitars.
Yes.
They're all over this album, and when Rob and Phil like battle against each other on songs, like on Halo with the fucking guitar solo, they just battle against each other. It's just metal perfection.
It is.
It is fucking
easily
unreal.
Easily metal perfection. I remember seeing Machine Head live for the first time in 2009.
Metallica tour.
Sonosphere.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, Sonosphere. And
is that when they broke the world record at the time for pits?
Yeah, for the most amount of pits in one place.
Yeah.
I think it was something like 13 or 16 pits.
16 pits or something. Yeah, that was when they did Halo, wasn't it?
That's right, yes.
Fucking mental,
It was a massive, because it was also a massive, that set was also a massive fuck you to Limp Bizkit at the time.
Was it?
Yeah, because basically they were put on the list first, and then Limp Bizkit came on to this. And they were put above Machine Head.
Yeah.
So Machine Head got a cop on and said, we're not playing, because why should a band with, fucking no integrity be above us?
Yeah.
So up until the day of the gig, it was always left as special guests.
Yeah. because I didn't know if they were going to show. That's and I'll be honest with you. At that point, 2009, Machine Head they were still touring the Blackening.
Yeah.
Like Limp Bizkit had released fuck all.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
Machine Head had every right,
That's right
to turn around and say, look, we're fucking Grammy winning metal fucking legends with probably the best metal album written and
Ever.
released since
The
Master of Puppets. Like,
yeah, big time, yeah.
yeah, like fucking sort yourselves out.
Yeah, and easily so. But yeah, I remember they came on stage and everyone was chanting "Fuck Limp Bizkit, fuck Limp Bizkit."
It's amazing.
It was amazing, so good. But before them,
Yeah.
was possibly the biggest pit I've ever seen.
Oh really?
Lamb of God.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
brutal.
to have Lamb of God straight into Machine Head, whoa.
Yeah, that's a hell of an afternoon.
Yeah,
That's a lovely time.
lovely.
Particularly
It
on
was.
this album, which, like, I will say it again, it's my fucking favourite album of all time.
Yeah.
It is also, in my personal opinion, it is at least in the top 3 metal albums ever made.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I could sit here and rattle on for the next 4 months about how good every song is.
No.
I could tell you about every riff, but I'm going to have to stop because...
Yeah, otherwise we're going to get well ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, well, we shall leave it there.
Yeah.
Like
Go
I
and
said.
listen to it. Just go
Go listen to it. Honestly,
I'm going to
it
listen
needs
to it now.
Yes, I think I'm going to listen to it again.
Damn right.
And again.
And again.
And possibly again.
Yeah.
Right, as always, catch us on Facebook, Spotify, iTunes.
Yeah.
We're all on everything.
Yeah,
Twitter
make
machine.
sure if you do whatever you're listening to us on, whether it's Podbean or iTunes or Spotify, then if it's on iTunes and stuff, make sure you give us a like. If you can give us a review, then brilliant. We really would like people to get in touch. If there's albums you think that we should listen to, or if you just want to tell us we're twats, then do that. I'm more than happy to read some
angry messages.
Some angry messages, yeah, it'd be gread. You might
Whilst listening to Machine Head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All good. Right, peace out, fuckers.
See you later.